Hello? There we go. Oh shit, I closed Twitch chat by accident. But there we go. Hello. So, let me just fix that real quick. So yes, we're gonna have a very chill stream today. Let me just fix that real quick. Oh, I just replaced my my screen. Okay. Papakuha na ako kay Lord Amen. But why? Why do you need to? I think the stories I'm gonna read are pretty cool. Let me just fix this. I don't know why it's so scuffy. Okay. Really? Again? And then you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. Okay. Let me just pull up the stories now. So hello everybody. My name is Mitsuru Daisuke and I am going to be reading 2 stories for tonight. I'll be starting with Go the Fuck to Sleep by Adam Mansbach. Adam Mansbach? I think, yeah. And then let me just open it here. I'm sorry I don't have like the story right in front of me, but hopefully everything's good. So this is going to be our first story, and then for our second story we're gonna be reading one of my favorite stories as of late. It's called I Transmigrated. Is it Transmigrated or Transmigrated? I Transmigrated as the Cannon Fodder Villain. It is a BL visual novel, so that's why it is called a reading gaze to sleep stream. So let me just put it on Twitch chat real quick. Twitch chat, please do not ban me, for I am about to put my own link here. So this was given to me by a friend for me to read. And then let me just check who went and wrote it real quick. So their name on web novel is Ray Rozu. Ray Rozu, is it? I think it is. But they also have a Twitter, if I am allowed to follow it real quick. Hold on. I'm on my other account because Twitter does not want me to sign in to my real account. But you know what? I'll just open my browser. Opera GX. Stream, please do not lag. Okay, so how's everyone doing so far? How's everyone this night? Is everyone feeling nice and comfy? Oh no. Fine. There it is. And then if Opera lets me open the thing, please let me open it. Is my desktop audio turned off? Okay, it's good. Vine Boom, yes. How do I check my file? Oh, that is a very nice back. Let me just heart that real quick, and then I will be going to my following thing, just so that I can go ahead and properly credit the person who wrote it, because they did a really good job at writing it. So there we go. I got it. Easy. Oh, thank you for the follow, Graf von Zippeling. Link MS? Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Glad to see you here. We're going to be doing a reading stream. I hope that my mic is ASMR enough, but this is the best that I can do right now. So this is their Twitter for the writer of I Transmigrated as the cannon fodder villain BL. Listening to our Scuff Butler read while I write. Let's go. Okay, so let's start with our appetizer, shall we? Because the main course will be second story. Okay. So this story is called Go the Fuck to Sleep. There is 17 pages worth, I think, of for me to read. Yeah, so Go the Fuck to Sleep by Adam Mansbach. Illustrated by Ricardo Cortez. For Vivienne, without whom none of this would be possible. Oh, that's okay. They have someone they dedicate this to. Okay. The cats nestle close to their kittens now. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. Yo, service stop. Oh, hello, Master Hack. We are reading 2 stories. I am currently getting started with a story called Go the Fuck to Sleep by Adam Mansbach. Feel free to chill with a nice snack, a nice drink. Get yourself comfortable on your bed. Oh, there we go, second page. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book, if you swear. You'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. Damn, this is a good story. The wind whispers soft through the grass hut. The field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. This is a really nice story. All the kids from daycare are in dreamland. The froggy has made his last leap. Hell no. You can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. Profane Butler? Yeah. I mean, you guys pretty much know that I am. Considering that I've already advertised myself as 18 plus. The owls fly forth from the treetops. Through the air, they soar and they weep. They sweep. Weep? No, they're not crying. A hot crimson rage fills my heart glove. For real, shut the fuck up and sleep. The cubs and the lions are snoring, wrapped in a big snuggly heap. How is it you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? The seeds slumber beneath the earth now, and the crops that the farmers will reap. No more questions. The interview's over. I've got 2 words for you, kid. Fucking sleep. Truly one hell of a butler, man. Hell yeah. Imagine you guys are just lying down in bed. You guys can't go to sleep. This is what I read you. Like you guys are just from a coffee high because you guys ordered Starbucks at like 11:30. Well, no, not 11:30. It's not 11:30 yet. Maybe ordered Starbucks at 11 p.m. and just went and drank a double espresso latte This is how I put you guys to sleep. I won't kill you. No. I'll just read you guys a very profane story. The tiger reclines in the Cimmerian jungle. The sparrow has silenced her sheep. Fuck your stuffed bear. I'm not getting you shit. Close your eyes. Cut the crap. Sleep. The flowers doze low in the meadows, and high on the mountains so steep. My life is a failure. I'm a shitty ass parent. Stop fucking with me, please, and sleep. The giant pangolins of Madagascar are snoring as I lie here and openly weep. Sure, fine, whatever. I'll bring you some milk. Who the fuck cares? You're not gonna sleep. This sounds like my Asian parents. It's almost midnight. Did they read you a bedtime story like this too? I hope they don't. This room is all I can remember. The furniture crappy and cheap. When you escape, you run down the hall as I nod the fuck off and sleep. You wish they read you this story? Well, it is a pretty good story to read, just not to a kid. Just imagine you read your homies a bedtime story goodnight. This is the one you guys gotta read. Because you guys are gonna laugh your asses off just trying to sleep to this. At least you guys will make one hell of a ruckus and go the fuck to sleep, isn't it? Bleary and dazed, I awaken to find your eyes shut, so I keep my fingers crossed tight as I tiptoe away and pray that you're fucking asleep. We're finally watching our movie. Popcorn's in the microwave. Beep. Oh shit. God damn it. You've gotta be kidding. Come on. Go the fuck back to sleep. Love you, homie, but go the fuck to sleep. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll read another one. Because that was pretty short for like the whole thing. Oh, and my chat went to the thing again. Okay. How long have I been live? It's only been 16 minutes. Okay, another one. Okay, there's this one. Seriously, just go to sleep. Is this the same thing? Oh, the G. This is the G-rated version, the child-friendly version. Okay, wait. How about the others? Oh, there's this one. You have to fucking eat. If it's available, I'll read it. I just need to cough. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Okay, it's available for me to read. I think. There we go. A perfect Mother's Day and Father's Day gift. This one is called You Have to Fucking Eat. Okay, let's see how this one goes. This one is also by the same author, Adam Mansbach, but this one is now illustrated by Owen Brosman. For Vivienne and Olivia. The sunrise is golden and lovely. The birds chirp and twitter and tweet. You woke me and asked for some breakfast. So why the fuck won't you eat? The bunnies are munching on carrots. The lambs nibble grasses and bleat. I know you're too hungry to reason with, but you have to fucking eat. Your cute little tummy is rumbling, and pancakes are your favorite treat. I'm kind of surprised that you suddenly hate them. That's bullshit. Stop lying and eat. The giraffes pluck the tender young leaves up. The mice snack on seeds and on wheat. No, sweetheart, I can't make spaghetti. The fucking meal's served. Time to eat. If we were both pandas, I'd know what to feed you. But seafood's scary. We're leery of meat. Half the food at the market is probably toxic. But fuck it. You still have to eat. You're not finished. And no, you can't go to school. In pajamas, a hat, and bare feet. Whatever. Put shoes on and bring me your plate. My whole diet's the shit that you won't eat. The sloth and the lemur. The chipmunk and cheetah. The slow and the sleek and the fleet. Share one thing, my love. They make less of a mess than you fucking do when they eat. Oh man, the illustrations are really funny. So if you guys want to see them, feel free to search them on the internet. They are quite accessible for free, so it shouldn't be an issue. How was school, hon? Whoa, your lunchbox is full. How are you not passed out in the street? How is it you're smart? How the hell are you growing when you basically don't fucking eat? You know who loves dinner? The duck-billed platypus. But I know I'm facing defeat. The spoon-feeding shit makes me wonder why the fuck we weaned you from the teat. Okay, that's really funny. Wait. I hope you know it's super special. I hope you know it's super special to go to a restaurant. Hey, back in your seat. You shitting me? This whole menu's crap to you, but a roll on the floor, that you'll eat. Yum. This looks great. 5 big bites, my darling. Fine. 3. But don't try to cheat. A lot of kids don't get asparagus. Show some fucking respect for them. Eat. Oh, now you're hungry. Tough shit. Kitchen's closed. Have some warm milk. For me, a scotch. Neat. Pancakes? Yeah, right. It's bedtime, child. It's too goddamn late now to eat. Okay. 1 pancake and that's it. You're exhausting and I'm fucking beat. And tomorrow we've got to rise early as roosters to fight more about what to eat. I'm pretty sure that you're malnourished and scurvied. My failure is complete. But on the bright side, maybe this is the night you'll go the fuck to sleep. Ah, man. That's a good book. That's a good book. Okay. Let's go ahead and move to the next story. I know that the music is kinda... what do you call that? It's looping, so maybe I could just turn that off. Do you guys want the music to be on or off while I read? That is up for you guys to decide because either way I cannot hear it. You just have a sip of my water. Alright, so let's now move on to I Transmigrated as the Canon Father Villain BL. Again, this one is made by Ray Rosu. So for the synopsis, let me read that first. After being transmigrated into the favorite web novel series of his little sister, Gideon, who had now possessed the body of the Canon Father Villain, must stay on the protagonist's good side if he wants to avoid this villain's original fate, where he got locked up in the worst possible prison in the kingdom with no conclusion of what exactly happened to him there. But oddly enough, the protagonist seems to be more docile in person. Is this really the protagonist? Perhaps it's because of the people that surrounded the protagonist that made his heart turn black in the original novel. Then I should make sure to prevent him from turning into the scum he is. Oh, okay. So for the tags, I want to make sure that all of you are aware of the tags so that there is a warning for everyone. So this is R18. It has superpowers. Star. Transmigration, Isekai, Devil, BL, Yaoi, and side character. Yes. Alright. So for now, we're going to be reading chapter 1. And later on, we'll be taking a short break and then just talking with chat. And then we're going to move on to chapter 2. Same goes, another short break. And then we just keep going and reading whenever we are ready to end stream. Oh, speaking of which, there is the author. Hi, Ray Rosu. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. I believe that you have written such a very nice novel, very fine one indeed. I've only currently seen chapter 1 because I've been doing a lot of shit. Yeah, so don't worry. Your novel is amazing. I'm pretty sure of that. And it has a lot of really nice ratings, guys. It has like a lot of 5-star ratings, so you guys know what to expect. Speaking of which, let me just go ahead and ping my friend because they went and asked me to ping them before I read it. So, reading the novel now. There we go. Then just check somewhere else real quick. I'll be exposing my editor for a moment, but I'm doing their job of proofreading it right now. Yeah, I'm currently on chapter 1. I'm gonna go read chapter 1 first. If there's anything that you want me to do for a bit, because this is your novel after all, I want to make sure that I get to do it in the best possible way. So if there's anything, just let me know, okay? No, I think I should. Yeah, can I go ahead and start reading it just so that I can make sure everything's all good? Let me just have a sip of my water again, just so that I do not have a very raspy voice. Thank you. Alright. So, chapter 1. It starts with a warning that there is a brief mention of attempted sexual assault. So, if you guys better keep that in mind, just to make sure that you guys are alright with hearing the story, okay? Alright, let's start. Transmigration is such a popular genre in the modern world that readers would often want to experience it themselves. To be in a novel that you read and love would be a dream come true, but that was not the case for Gideon. He was never interested in such genres because more often it is a subgenre to the main genre, which is romance. He primarily read fantasy adventure books until his sister suggested a second novel series connected to the one she loves. Lux Fair. Is it Lux Fair? Am I saying it right? I hope I am. Lux Fair was a fantasy romance novel series that was well received in the web novel community, that it even got published, and is currently in the works of developing a webcomic adaptation. But of course, it also received harsh criticism from the community due to the staggering amount of plot holes, the introduction of characters only for them to be reduced into cannon fodders, and the unnecessary protagonist halo given upon the main character, who happened to be the center of a harem between 3 love interests that became the catalyst to destroying the world that was balanced by angels and demons. Gideon disliked the series but would listen to his sister's rambling about it to the point he's up to date on the latest chapters. How do I read this? Hold on. Yeah, I think I can do a girl voice for this. I think. I'll do my best. Wait, water. I still can't believe Gabby died. His sister Alice wept while holding her cell phone. How many times have I told you to focus on reviewing for your college entrance exam instead of reading? Gideon scolded her while he puts the second-hand microwave on top of the kitchen counter. God, I hope this works. After the parents died, they weren't left much in their inheritance. Their father died when they were young, and soon their relatives took over the printing company they had because his mother was in no stable condition to take over. As a result, their relatives grew greedy and lessened their power in the company, to the point they can no longer pay for their mother's medical bills, and she passed away peacefully in her sleep, leaving a 17-year-old Gideon to care for his 12-year-old sister. Their relatives came to them saying that they will take care of his sister, but he knew that they will only use her to further secure their power in the company. He ran away with Alice and had her stay over at a family friend's place to study, while he left school to start working early. 6 years later, he is still slowly getting back to what's rightfully theirs. To begin with, while he takes care of his now 17 turning 18 years old sister in a small house in the central city. Sorry, the water's making me burp. I wanted to turn away whenever I do. With their current funds, it was a blessing that he managed to buy this place. He needed a place near his current office as well as a permanent place that they can call home. Okay, so wait, this is the sister. I need to make sure I read it in the higher pitched voice. This is the latest chapter of Kofi's new story. I promise I'll go back to studying once I'm done. I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at doing girl voices. Alice pouted and rolled around the sofa bed. Don't mess up my bed. And besides that, I thought that was a new story. Why are you bringing up Gabby then? Gideon raises an eyebrow at her. Was there a connection between the two of them? And that Alice already knew what he was thinking. It's a new arc of Lux Fair, but this time it focuses on her son. Oh wait, no. That was the sister reading that. Okay, wait. It was a sister saying that. My bad, hold on. It's a new arc of Lux Fair, but this time it focuses on her son. Since when did she have a son? And so Alice began explaining what she had read so far. Let me see if I... Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'll just read this in my normal voice for now, I think. Since, I think this one's okay to read in normal voice. So Alice began explaining what she had read so far. In the new novel, Alas? Alice? I'm so dumb, sorry, I'm so smooth brain. The story focuses on Kaiden Luxfair, the son of Luciel and Gabriella. It turns out the period where the protagonist, Gabriella, suddenly disappears for a year. She was actually pregnant and had her sister Valerie take care of the baby before going back to Luciel. Sadly, she was not able to return due to her untimely death, and Luciel did not take the initiative to seek out Valerie due to his depression, thus making Valerie assume that Luciel did not want anything to do with his son, and further hid away this child in the chaotic world that they now resided in. She ends up becoming a teacher in an orphanage so that she would not be separated from Kaiden. Kaiden or Kaiden? Either way, she cannot claim that he is her son because she wanted him to remember that his mother was Gabriella, the hero who ended the long war between angels and demons. Apparently, our new protagonist encountered a lot of hardships before he was a half... Oh no, not before. Because he was a half-angel, half-demon hybrid, due to the lack of parental love. Regardless if Valerie was indeed there for him, his heart turned black at a young age. His goal was to seek out revenge for those who had bullied him, and it was by chance that he had met his father's right hand that he managed to become the prince of the world that his father now ruled over. My lips are getting dry. Currently, he was planning to seek out the villain of the previous novel, Matthew, to get revenge for killing his mother. There's no romance whatsoever, so it's kind of boring. Oh wait, no, that's his sister. There's no romance whatsoever, so it's kind of boring. His sister mutters, but he managed to hear it. Oh, this got his attention. Yeah, what kind of guy that casually flirts with a lot of girls and would sleep with some of them? Alice whined. Thankfully, I raised her right, but still. Alice, dear, that counts as romance, just a different kind. Okay, wait, this is a screaming thing. I can't scream. Absolute scum! She continued to hit the sofa bed, but stopped as soon as she saw Gideon's gaze turn cold. Sorry. She mumbles out, but continues to speak. I get that he's deprived of this love, but this is just terrible. And what's worse, the girls just go with it. Maybe the author wants something different since they weren't able to do stuff like that in the previous novel. Gideon tries to explain. You could see that the author is now trying to gather attention to male readers by offering a stallion novel to them, with a relatable protagonist, since even his sister was in a dilemma on the situation. Do you mind sending me the link to that? Huh? Alice blinked. He's not actually interested in this series, is he? Alice continued to blink and Gideon sighed. I can tell that the novel is meant for male audiences. I'll make you a deal. He walked towards his sister and sat by the edge of the sofa since she was already taking up most of the space. I'll read the novel for you during my spare time while you focus on your studies. I'll just tell you the story the same way you did for the first series. What do you say? Of course, this was mostly so that his sister would focus on important stuff other than this stupid novel. It's not like you found it interesting. Alice pondered for a moment before nodding.
I accept, but you also buy me the physical copy for the webcomic series of Lux Fair.
She grinned and Gideon can only roll his eyes at her. If you get into AB University, I'll buy you all the volumes as a gift. Damn! Damn, alright, that's a good deal.
Really?
Really. And with that, Alice sat up and hugged her brother, to which she got her cheeks pinched. She retaliated by trying to pinch him. So they ended up fighting each other affectionately before saying sorry to each other and then laughing. That's cute. That's really cute. I love that. That's like real sibling energy right there. Okay, wait. Okay, just making sure that I use the right voices, even though I suck at it. Hold on.
Well then, I'll be in my room studying. Good night.
Good night. Don't stay up too late. If I see you up at 3 a.m. again reading again reading novels.
Okay, stop nagging me so much. You're turning 23, but you act like a 40-year-old dad. No wonder you're still single. You're still single.
Okay. Damn. I will only get you one volume.
You still haven't met the one yet. Can't rush true love.
She immediately corrects herself before retreating into her room. Gideon only shook his head and chuckled, thinking that this was the start of their brand new life. They no longer needed to run away from their relatives. This time he can take them to court and seize what's rightfully theirs. That was the plan until a few months later, he got hit on the head with a bottle of beer because he wanted to pick up his sister from university to eat at a restaurant and give her the present he had promised for her birthday. Only to find out that she was dragged into a karaoke bar by her batchmates. A KTV bar notorious for sexual assault cases due to the fact that they had no security cameras in their booths. Oh god. Okay. He rushed over there to find his sister crying, while being pinned down by several of her classmates while the female schoolmates took photos of the situation. This commotion of barging into the establishment and going through the booths unwarranted made the staff contact police to arrest him. But when the police got there, they discovered that the group of students immediately ran off, leaving a crying girl trying to stop the bleeding of the lifeless body of her older brother. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hi, Diluc. Yes, we are reading a BL visual novel story. This one is called I Transmigrated as the... I want to make sure that I read it right. I Transmigrated as the Cannon Father Villain by Ray Rosu. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I think it's a pretty good story. That was the end of chapter 1. So let me just go ahead and check things real quick with... Hold on. Wait, there we go. I just had to put myself a bit down. Okay. Wait, no. There we go. That should be good. Wait, Diluc, aren't you still at school? or like you're doing something. Are you good? Okay, let's go to chapter 2. I think I over scrolled. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, so this is the part. Okay, I see. Okay, so chapter 2. Oh, damn it, I spilled a bit of water over my keyboard. But it should be fine. It's kind of waterproof. Okay. My head hurts. Wait, Alice, what happened to her? Gideon tried to open his eyes and saw that he was in an unfamiliar room. He slowly sat up but felt really weak, so he could only move himself up a bit before leaning on the headboard of the bed. Wait, why does my hair feel longer? How long was I out? He tried recollecting his fragmented memories of last night. Remembered that he tried to pry off the boy that was trying to get in between his sister's legs and punched him in the face before getting held back by the other male students and getting himself beaten up in the process. But to some unknown reason, he managed to fight back until one of the teens smashed a bottle on his head that knocked him unconscious. Damn. Gideon frowned, but before he passed out, he heard his sister scream out for help in other muffled voices. Seeing that he was awake now meant that his sister managed to get help. He locked down. No, not locked. I'm dumb. He looked down at his hands and saw how tiny they were, and it took him a few seconds before he screamed. His voice was that of a young boy, and his scream got the attention of someone outside, because he later heard panicked footsteps, and then before the door finally opened, and a young boy with golden hair and lavender eyes came running in with tears in his eyes. Hey, Rosie, it's fine. You're all good, don't worry about it. Dion, are you okay? Are you okay? Please be okay. The boy kept repeating this sentence in between sobs, and Gideon didn't know what was going on until... Gideon, thank God you're finally awake. We were really worried. A beautiful lady came rushing into the room and looked angrily at the young boy who was crying by his side. Oh, that's a woman who said that. You know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna try to do voices anymore. I think me switching in between male and female voices is kind of hard. I will try to fix that sometime soon, where like I could just do it naturally. But I just kind of sound like Mickey Mouse. I don't want them to sound like Mickey Mouse. Caden, why are you clinging to Gideon? You might worsen his condition if you stress him out with your crying. But, it's my fault Dion fell from the... It's my fault Dion fell from the tree. It's my fault because I was the one who needed to climb the tree. I should be the one who got hurt. Wait, Caden. Tree. Isn't this... What nonsense are you talking about, Caden? Neither of you should get hurt. It is not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Auntie Valerie. Gideon only stared flabbergasted between the two, trying to figure out what was happening, until it clicked, but at the same time, it didn't. Aren't these the same names in the novel Alice got me to read? Seeing that the boy was confused, Valerie couldn't help but assume that the young boy may have gotten amnesia due to the fall. Gideon? She called out softly to the young boy in a daze. And Gideon couldn't help but get startled by the sudden grab of his attention. He blinked at Valerie, not knowing what to say, but perhaps this was the best course of action. Do you remember what happened to you? She asked softly, and Gideon shakes his head. What? Did Dion lose his memories?
Dion, did you forget who I am?
The blonde boy started crying again.
I'm Caden, your bestest friend. We always played together, take baths, sleep together, and Dion.
Caden hugged Gideon. Gideon suddenly thought of the transmigration thing popular in web novels. Maybe that is the same thing that happened to him. Caden. Gideon. It is good that you remember your name, but do you remember anything else? Valerie asked the young lad. Gideon suddenly thought about the Gideon in this novel. Ironically, he and this character did share the same name by coincidence, but the character was one of the least memorable characters in the series. To sum it up, he's a canon father villain who used to be a childhood friend of the protagonist, but suddenly betrayed by the protagonist. Oh wait, no, not betrayed by the protagonist. Sorry. That mystery could have been a lot to change the story. My bad. Hold on. To sum it up, he's a canon father villain who used to be a childhood friend of the protagonist, but suddenly betrayed the protagonist after finding out that he was an angel-demon hybrid. Despite being the same kind, Gideon's angel side was not dominant, thus making it easier for him to fit in, versus Caden, who accidentally revealed that he can use holy magic in order to save his life due to the fact that he fell from the tree. After this incident, Caden got picked on more often by the other children and became an outcast. Gideon was his Gideon was his last friend, but he also betrayed him. Years later, Caden and Gideon once again meet, only this time. Oh wait, no. Caden and Gideon only. No, wait. I'm so smooth-brained. Years later, Caden and Gideon once again meet. Only this time, Caden was a prince, and Gideon was a server at the party. As an act of revenge for what Gideon did back then, Caden passed on a note that Gideon was actually a hybrid to the management, thus making him lose his job, and Gideon automatically assumed it was due to Caden. The villain Matthew found him and manipulated Gideon into becoming a henchman for him to plot against Caden. The protagonist Halo saved the day, and Gideon was sent into one of the worst prisons for supernatural beings, due to the fact that he was part succubus. Okay, he's part succubus. I think I know what that plays into. Okay. The management made very good use of his abilities. Yeah, I think it would have made sense. Nothing else was written so far about Gideon from then on, or at least before he transmigrated here. Fuck. I would have been fine if it was any other canon father, but really had to be this guy? Gideon can only silently curse to himself before finally answering Valerie's question on whether or not he remembered anything else. No, I don't remember. He sneaks a glance at the boy hugging him. Seems like his answer made his mood worse because the hug tightened. I'm sorry, he mumbles. Gideon was used to coaxing his little sister by patting her on the back, so he did the same for Caden, and Valerie was really lost for words at the situation. If she tries prying off Caden, he will just continuously whine, and that might trigger some of his demonic power, which is a little concerning. Miss Valerie, Gideon starts and Valerie snaps back to reality. You can call me Auntie Valerie. Miss Valerie, even the old Gideon never called you Auntie because Caden would get jealous. What is it? I want to be left alone. When Caden heard this, he immediately looked up at the two, wide-eyed. No, I don't want to leave Dion alone. Let me stay here with him. There was a negative aura that he started to emit from him. No, it started to emit from him, sorry. And Valerie couldn't help but back away. She already witnessed one of Caden's tantrums that resulted in him burning down a portion of one of the rooms. If it weren't for the necklace that Gabriella had given, the entire place would have been reduced to ashes. The necklace was given because Gabby knew that she won't come back, and the children won't get upset. So she placed a spell on it that would calm down Caden, but lately the tiny magic could not calm down the young boy, meaning his powers were getting stronger. Gideon knew of this because, of course, he read the novel for his sister. And his eyes stared at the pendant before averting his gaze back to Caden, whose eyes were turning darker as he looked at Valerie. Gideon raised his hand and lightly smacked Caden, which made him divert his attention to him. And for some reason, that dark aura around him lessened. Ooh, okay. Why did he hit me? He frowned at Gideon, and the other could only sigh before patting the spot he had hit. It's because you're too noisy. Okay. Another factor why Caden turned rotten was the fact no one disciplined him due to fear. But I'll let you stay if you are not noisy. And with that, Caden closes his mouth and wipes away his tears. Valerie, who had been watching from the side, lets out a sigh and slowly lowers her hand away from the pendant. Can't you be less obvious next time? Well then, I'll leave you two. Then. Caden, make sure to go back to your room afterwards. Gideon still needs to rest. And with that, Valerie disappeared, leaving the two children alone. Ooh, okay. So that was the end of chapter 2. Alright, yeah, it's pretty good so far. I really like it. Hold on. I'm just checking on my phone again. Quick. Okay. There we go. That is a lot of notifications on my phone. Holy shit. I should clear some of those. Damn, I'm yawning. Alright, so far, it's pretty good so far. So let's go ahead and move on to chapter 3. Alrighty. It was just him and Caden left in the room. The young boy really stayed quiet, but kept staring at Gideon to the point it was becoming unbearable. If you want to say something, just say it. He sighs in defeat and Caden opens his mouth to reply. You're different. He says bluntly, and Gideon felt his back suddenly turn cold. Did he notice? Back then you wouldn't even hit me or scold me, but now you suddenly did those things. He mumbles and keeps staring at Gideon. Gideon clenched his fists underneath the blanket and looked away, thinking what he could reason. I didn't. I didn't? There we go, yeah. I didn't? But you were being too unruly, Gideon blurts out. I'll just go with the amnesia route once again. At least that way it's valid why he suddenly acted like a different person. Who are you calling unruly? You. If it weren't for you, then I wouldn't have forgotten my memories. I said I was sorry. I should have stopped you from climbing up the tree. In the novel, it was briefly mentioned that Caden was supposed to grab something from the top of the tree. But one of the half-demon boys set up a trap that would make one of the branches snap to a bird's nest so that birds would peck him. Oh. Okay. They didn't expect Gideon, who was used to climbing, to say that he'll grab it himself. The spell did not set off when he climbed on that branch, but the moment Caden insisted that he would do it himself, because he saw Gideon slipping up a bit and touching the tree. The spell was triggered and the branch snapped. Gideon fell and got a head injury. Oh, that makes sense then. Also, thank you for the follow, Celestial Hazuki. Currently we are streaming... No, not streaming. Currently, we are reading... Choto. I transmigrated as the Cannon Father villain. This is a BL story written by Ray Rosu, who's actually also in chat. Ray Rosu, don't worry. Your story is amazing. I'm pretty sure I have a lot more to read, but currently we're at chapter 3. Caden panicked and used his holy powers to save his friend, but this revealed that he was a hybrid to the other spectators. Gideon started avoiding Caden as well when he recovered. In Caden's point of view, he was abandoned by his only friend when he risked his own life on the line, revealing that he can use holy powers. The current Gideon knew everything about Caden, but knew little about this Cannon Father, except for the fact that he had a terrible ending. Can't remember why I had to climb the tree, but it's not your fault. But Caden stays quiet again and hugs Gideon. I was scared, Gideon. I was really scared. He felt Caden tremble, and Gideon awkwardly hugged the boy back. He understands what Caden felt. It was the same feeling he felt when he thought he was going to lose his sister. Gideon's eyes looked as if he was deep in thought. How's Alice now? Will she find my gift for her? Did I really die back then? If not, will I be able to go back? Gideon knew it was already a lost cause. What's important is that he knew Alice was safe before he ended up in the novel. He can't dwell in the past anymore, but he won't let himself suffer a horrible life in this world as well. It won't happen again, Caden. Caden didn't respond for a moment, but soon says, I'll make sure it won't. I don't want to lose you too. It's as if Gideon got stabbed in the heart with those words. It already hurt when he read Caden's life story, but it's something else to see him in front of me saying these things. Besides that, aren't these words meant for the female love interests? Okay, he's starting to connect the dots. Let's not overthink. He's still a child, 8 years old to be specific. Wait, Caden? How old am I? You're 7. Why did you hesitate? You're 8. I thought so. Gideon started laughing because he found Caden's actions adorable, and the poor boy could only blush in embarrassment as a response. Oh, that's so cute. Hold on, my friend just messaged me. No worries. Take care. Rest well. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's continue on. Later that day, Valerie came back into the room to find Caden sleeping next to Gideon soundly, while the other book had a while the other book what? I'm so sorry. While the other child had a book in his hand. Not while the other book had a child in his hand. That would be weird. Sorry. So while the other child had the book in his hand about the kingdom's history and the war that took place 8 years ago, she only smiled, thinking that the boy probably can't read the complicated words written in that book, and knocked softly on the door to grab his attention. Gideon? I brought along someone to check on your current condition. Gideon could only nod in response because he was worried he'd wake up the other child. He assumed that Valerie had brought Miss Aker? Miss Aker? Is it? Miss Aker? Miss Aker. I think I'll just say it like that. Miss Aker, since she had a child with the demon Alistair and raised Gabriella's other child with Matthew. That's one of the ridiculous plot twists in the cliché novel, but Gideon will pretend that he is not aware of the information. The only people who knew about this so far were Valerie, Miss Aker, Alistair, and Gabriella. Sure enough, a lady who looked like she was in her mid-30s walked in with a gentle smile. I see that you managed to calm down Caden, she says softly while looking at Caden with a hint of sadness in her eyes. Never mind that. If you don't remember me, I am Liana Aker. I'm a human like Miss Valerie. Valerie Dixit. Miss Valerie Dixit, but I have 2 children who are similar to both of you. I'm Gideon. Wait, what was his surname? Was it mentioned in a novel? Author, you really fucked me over. Damn. Yeah, he's really throwing shade. Okay. When she noticed that the boy's words drifted away and his innocent expression was replaced with a confused one, Liana couldn't help but sigh. Lemery. Huh? The boy looks up at her. Gideon Lemery. That's your name. Oh. Thank you, Miss Liana. You're a godsend. This is more problematic than I thought if he had forgotten that much. I'm sorry. Gideon mumbled and Liana shook her head. Nonsense. Don't be sorry. Nobody wanted this to happen. That aside, will you please give me your hand? Liana takes out her notebook and holds Gideon's hand before she starts chanting out a spell. If Gideon was not mistaken, this is a spell to check the balance between our holy and demonic powers. Whoa. Out of nowhere, a glowing chain slithered out from underneath Liana's sleeve and wrapped around his wrist lightly. Liana's expression twitched and stopped the chant when she was satisfied with the results. The chains retracted back, and it was as if Liana was holding her breath because the moment she let go of Gideon, she gasped and held her chest. Anna, are you okay? Valerie rushed to her side and rubbed her back. Liana only laughed and opened her notebook to write down her findings. Don't worry, I'm alright, but I'll have to bother you to grab my walking cane from my car later. If you say so. How's Gideon? Valerie's eyes shifted onto the child who looked worried for the woman in front of him. She couldn't help but smile. You still act the same, at least. Is what Valerie thought of seeing him like this. It seems like his holy powers are not as strong as his demon side, but... Her words drifted off as she glanced at Caden, who was still sleeping. It seems like there was another power lingering in him, but it's not that concerning. since it's obviously Caden's holy power given. You had mentioned that Caden panicked and poured out his powers in public to save Gideon, correct? Valerie nodded. Caden was exhausted afterward. That's why I wanted to take him back to his room earlier, but he wouldn't leave Gideon's side. I don't mind Caden sleeping over here. Gideon decided to butt in on their conversation, because it was getting awkward hearing them talk about him when he was literally right in front of them. I know I look like a child at the moment, so you don't mind talking about me right in front of me, but I'm actually a man in my 20s, back in my world. It's really embarrassing. But more importantly, I'm starting to feel guilty about this. The two women soon left. Now it was just Tim and Caden left alone again. He did that much for Gideon, only to be left behind. I can see why you hated him so much, Caden. I'm sorry. Even if it doesn't mean anything now or it has happened. I'm sorry, Caden, for what the past Gideon has done to you. What are you sorry about? Gideon was startled by the wide-eyed Caden staring at him with confusion why he was apologizing. Since when were you awake? Gideon tried to avoid answering by asking a question. Since Auntie Anna came into our room. My room? If so, why did you pretend to be asleep? I don't like talking to them. Silence filled the room. Since when did you dislike them? It was mentioned that they both cared about Caden in this novel during his stay with Valerie. Why is he like this earlier? You still didn't answer my question. What are you saying sorry for? You were awake the entire time, so I guess you know what I'm talking about. It's my fault. Again, it's not your fault, and... Gideon looks at the child helplessly. You shouldn't tire yourself. I'm sorry for making you worried earlier. Silence filled the air between them until Caden decided to break it. I'll accept your apology on one condition. What is it? From now on, I'll sleep in this room. Damn! Damn! Wait. This is only chapter 3. Wait, where's chapter 4? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright. Chapter 4. There we go. Who knew the time would fly so fast? It has been 2 years since Gideon has transmigrated into this world. Unlike the stories that he had read under the transmigration genre, he had no system to rely on, meaning he doesn't know if his actions have consequences in the long run for not following the original plot of the novel. At the moment, he's sitting on one of the swings at the park, reading about the different types of demons and angels. Since he's a hybrid himself, he needed to learn how to control his powers. But no matter how hard he tries, he cannot use any holy magic. Even when healing himself, it's useless. Now I see why Gideon managed to pass as a half-demon with ease. It was a little useless as well to use his demon powers to its full potential. Well, useless is not the proper term. Jesus Christ. It's more like the fact that it is inappropriate for someone his age to use it, nor did he have any intentions of using them. Everyone in this novel has different kinds of powers, but they all fall into specific categories. In Gideon's case, he fell under the succubus classification. He fell... No, sorry. It also confused him when Miss Eicher told him about this during their monthly checkup. He got curious about what kind of demon he was. Even though Gilbert knew that this cannon father had succubus lineage, there's still a chance that he would be something else, right? That hope was shattered when it was revealed that not only did he inherit the lineage, so it's lineage, my bad. He was a succubus himself. Not even incubus, but a succubus? He angrily closed his book and placed it on the seat of the swing. That is a good line. Why was I on the receiving end? Fuck. I'm not even gay, but I'll forced to be. No. But I'll be forced to. Ugh. He scratches his head in frustration. No. I will never use that power. Ever. And besides, as a demon, he had other powers. Just so happened that his specialty is becoming a receiver. With that in mind, he stops swinging and looks down at his hand. He focused all his attention to try and make a fire. According to the book, most demons should be able to have pyrokinesis. Why is this so hard? He mutters. Why is what hard? Kaden! He jolted in surprise to see the protagonist right in front of him. Kaden hummed and glanced at the book that was placed on the other seat. Nothing. I'm just trying to practice using my powers. There was nothing to hide from him anyways, because who knows how long he had been standing there. But you're doing it wrong. Gideon frowned. You don't have to rub it in my face. Anyways, is Miss Valerie done? Kaden shakes his head and picks up the book to flip through it. He discovered that Gideon placed a bookmark in between the pages about succubi and incubi. He did not totally understand the meaning of some of the words, but he had an idea thanks to Auntie Valerie teaching them. Oh, okay. His cheeks were tinted pink, and thankfully Gideon didn't notice it, or only thought it was due to the sun. So, how do you activate your powers then? I focus on what I wanted to do. Kaden calmly closes the book and sits on the swing next to Gideon. That's what I was trying to do earlier, but you said I was doing it wrong. You are. I'm not. You are. Why am I arguing with a child? Gideon, did you really regress back into being a child? Gideon sighs and looks at Kaden. What am I doing wrong then? He softly asks, and Kaden averts his eyes. You're forcing yourself, not focusing. Aren't those two the same? Well, it just means that you can't do whatever you're trying to do. Try something else. With that suggestion, Gideon tried focusing on manifesting whatever to his hand. Nothing happened except... Do you smell that? Kaden sniffs. Smell what? It smells sweet. Kaden states in a daze and looks at Gideon. You really can't smell it? Due to the fact that Gideon got distracted, whatever he was doing suddenly stopped, and the sweet smell disappeared from Kaden's nose. The two children decided to walk back to the market after a while of trial and error. Sadly, in the end, Gideon could not activate his other powers. I swear, I really smelled something sweet, Kaden exclaims. Stop your nonsense. I almost said it earlier, but you distracted me. Gideon was still staring at his hand, trying to do whatever he was trying to do earlier. but alas, he failed. Hi, Galleon. Yes, we are currently reading I Transmigrated into a Canon Father Villain. This is a boys love visual no, not visual novel. This is a boys love novel made by Ray Rozu. Yes. So currently we're on chapter 4. And to summarize, there's this guy called Gideon, and he has a sister. And what happened was that he was trying to save his sister from some really bad people, and basically when he was trying to save his sister, he got hit on the head, and now he's been isekai'd or transmigrated into the world of a novel that his sister reads. Yeah, ASMR. All right, so thanks for the lurk. Do go ahead and give it a listen. Do whatever you need to do, and just go ahead and chill through your ears. Yes. Sorry, I just had to go ahead and quench my thirst because my lips are getting dry. All right. So let me just start that part again. Gideon was still staring at his hand, trying to do what he was doing. Yeah, Gideon was still staring at his hand, trying to do what he was trying to do earlier, but alas, he failed. Psh, what are you even doing? What are you even trying to do now? I'm trying to make a ball. A ball? A shadow ball. I couldn't do it with fire. Oh, like this? And suddenly Caden created a ball of black aura. Alright, damn. He just went and did that so easily. No problem, I'll be here. Thanks, gal. Make yourself comfy. Maybe grab a couple snacks if you can. Grab a nice drink. Just make yourself comfy. Whatever it is that you need to get yourself comfortable. You heard balls. Yes, you heard balls. I don't know what kind of balls you're looking for, but maybe you'll find those balls later. I don't know how long it's gonna take into the whatever chapters, but yes, this is a BL. So do appreciate the story, because this story is really good. So if you just came in right now, this one is called I Transmigrated into... No, wait, let me just... Oh shit. How do I get out of this thing? There we go. So it's called I Transmigrated as the Canon Father Villain. This is written by Ray Rozu, who's also in chat. Let me just see if I can plug their Twitter again. There we go. And then yeah, you can just type it on Google and then it should be good. This is the title. There we go. Okay. I should probably download the app so that I will not have an issue of like trying to read it. I think it should be fine. Yeah, the cover looks really pretty. Very nice cover. I can very much say that. Yes. Let me just go ahead and install the web novel thing, the app, because that's where I'm currently reading it. Cinnamon Roll, yeah. Indeed, they are a cinnamon roll. I have talked to them quite a bit, and they're awesome. They are also in chat, if you didn't know. Can you wave a hand? Can you wave a hand, Ray Rozu, if you're still there? $818 fans are currently supporting this book. Damn, right? Like, it's that good. And currently, it's at a million views. Yeah. And yes, there's a lot of reviews here. There we go. 9 reviews. And as far as I know, it's all 5 stars. Read now. Got it. How do I put myself? To swipe down to continue? Okay. So I need to keep swiping down this chapter 4. How many chapters are you planning to read? Currently we're at 1 hour and 24 minutes. Make that 24 minutes. So maybe I could stop at around chapter 8? 8? Yeah? Do you think 8 is good? Chat, what do you guys think? Because currently, we're at chapter 4. And this has been how many minutes per chapter? I don't know exactly, but we are getting there. You have a confession? What's your confession? I shall drink. While you confess your sins. What is your confession? Oh! You fell asleep editing the chapters because you were listening to me. Thank you. That is a very big compliment. Thank you so much. But don't worry about it. You know, the thing is, I understand what you told me, like where you had some issues with the editor. So you're doing as much as you can all by yourself, and you're working really hard for it. There's a lot of chapters. That's what I know. I've been told by one of my friends that this story has like a lot of chapters. So I would like to give a round of applause for Ray Rosu for doing their best to keeping this going, you know, because they're doing a really good job. So thank you, Ray Rosu. This is a very good story, but don't worry about it. Okay? 122 chapters in total right now. But you'll finish it around chapter 200 to 250. Chat, we have a lot to read. We have a lot to read. But don't worry. I'll do it in parts anyway. So so far I'm really liking this. I like the story a lot. So yeah, round of applause for the dedication. True, Val. You are spitting facts right there. We respect the dedication. Speaking of which, I should drink my medicine because it's 12:28. I'll be right back. You guys go ahead and chill, okay? So once again, go ahead and check out the novel. This is called I Transmigrated as the Cannon Father Villain by Ray Rosu. I will be right back. Hello chat, I am back. My lips are a lot more flourished now, so at least it's not very dry. There's actually 2 other books in progress right now that's connected to the book that Mitsuru is reading. Yes, Rozu, is it okay if you tell us more about the writing tell us about those 2 stories, like give them a synopsis. I think that would be great, so that at least they know, okay, this is what we're gonna be expecting from the next 2 books, if you are able to explain, that is. But it's also completely fine if you're a bit too sleepy to explain it. Also, I think I want to ask, what chapter is the explicit part? Just so that I know what to expect. Because I'm probably gonna be reading this even off stream, and then I'll like come back to the chapters that I'll come back to the chapters that I left off on stream. Also, I'm gonna go continue reading the thing, and then I'll just go ahead and check in on chat. So, for those who are able to recall, basically Gideon was trying to create a ball, and then Caden went and just made a shadow ball right in front of him. Like, it was super easy because like Gideon was struggling. I noted the explicit part in the chapter name, don't worry, and I usually write warning if there's triggering topics. Yes, that's great, because of course we want to make sure that people know what they're in for that coming chapter, right? That's a good thing to do. Thank you. Ow. There's something on my back. Putik may pigsa up. Okay, I cannot lie on my back. Alright. Suddenly, Caden created a ball of a black aura. That's the protagonist for you. Being able to create such things with ease. Gideon cried a little internally, thinking that it was unfair that the protagonist had this halo around him. Excuse me, children. An unfamiliar voice called out to them. Caden felt a chilling sensation crawl down his spine, and he immediately grabbed Gideon by the wrist and ran away. Caden? Perhaps it was by luck. Hold on. Chat, I'll just give my sister some first aid spray. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me about 1 to 2 minutes. Alright, chat. I'm just gonna sit here, but it's fine. I just told my sister to come into the room whenever she's ready. I asked her to wash, like, the very tiny wound on her leg. It's, like, very tiny. She doesn't even know where it came from. I just found it. And she just found it and was like, oh, I guess I have that. And then she was like, can you put first aid spray on my foot? Or on my leg? And I was like, okay. One book is a spin-off. Based on the question that I keep getting every other chapter, what happened to Gideon's sister after he transmigrated? Okay, come here. So I'll put this first. Eh, mali. I'll put this first. Okay. Does it hurt? No? It's okay. Okay, you're good. Oh, she didn't close the door. Hold on. Yeah, see? Everything is fine, Chan. Don't worry about it. The other is a POV of Gabriella, Caden's mom, aka the prequel of the novel that I'm currently reading right now. Ah, okay, okay. Thank you. So at least we know what to expect whenever you get that out. But for now, you're still busy with this one, and I want you to take your time on that because it's best that you read it at a pace that you're fine with, right? Okay, let me just go ahead and check a couple things on my phone. All right. So apparently there was some unfamiliar person that called out to them, and then Caden went and grabbed Gideon by the wrist and ran away. Okay. Perhaps it was by luck, but they saw Miss Valerie standing and looking elsewhere as if she was waiting for somebody. Miss Valerie! Caden yells out, which made Valerie look in his direction to see the panicked young boy dragging along his friend like a rag doll. The spin-off is more or less 10% done. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. Hell, my lore isn't even finished. Don't worry about it. Caden, what? Her words trailed off when she saw the person who was slowly approaching behind them. Her eyes narrowed at the man. Valerie Dixon. My. What a coincidence for us to meet here once again. The man calls out to her with a smile. Azazel, she replied. Gideon whipped around and saw the tall man standing right in front of them. He had cotton candy pink hair and golden eyes. Ray Rosu, can I eat his hair? You said it's cotton candy, right? Cotton candy pink hair. Can I eat his hair? He was wearing casual clothes that made him look approachable, and yet there was something about him that made you want to stay away from him. So this is Azazel. Azazel was Luciel's right-hand man, and the man who helped Gabriella unconditionally due to his sibling-like love for her. He was the man who helped Valerie keep Caden a secret from Luciel. They both didn't know what Luciel would do if he found out the woman he loves hid their child from his sight, but Gabriella had her reasons. She knew that she was being used by Luciel, so she might have never anticipated that in the end the man actually came to love her truly. The only sad part here is that when he realized this, she was already gone from his grasp. Even though he's a scumbag like Caden and Alas, you can't deny his charming. You can't deny that he's charming, even more so in person. That explains why Alice loves him. Oh. Hi, Nanakoa. Thank you for the follow. We are currently reading a boys love visual novel that is called I Transmigrated as the Cannon Father Villain BL. This is written by Ray Rosu. Their Twitter is Cinnamon Roll R. So go ahead and give them a follow if you do like story that we're reading. We're gonna be reading this until chapter 8, I think. Yeah, currently at chapter 4. Thank you for following, Nanakoa. Alright, so let's continue. Azazel glanced at the young Gideon that had been staring at him for a while and smiled. Caden saw this and pulled Gideon behind him to shield him from him. Azazel only found the situation more amusing. From Gideon's perspective, this was the only time he actually saw some emotion in Azazel's eyes. The man looked like he had been smiling earlier, but the entire time his eyes looked like it was staring at something uninteresting. Losing someone you love over and over, not being able to do anything. Is this what happens to you? And who might these two young boys be? Azazel once again spoke to Valerie as he bent down to be at the same eye level as the two young boys. It was already obvious that he knew who Caden was, so the question was really meant for Gideon, because Azazel found it interesting that Caden was overprotective of the young boy. That's none of your concern. What are you doing here in the Western region? If I'm not mistaken, you should be in the capital helping His Highness. Azazel grinned. Why can't I visit an old friend? We are not friends, Valerie sternly tells him, and pulls the two children to her side. I'm on official duties, that's why I'm here. Azazel confesses, but the entire time he had his eyes on Caden. Valerie already saw this coming in the beginning, but did it really take 10 years before Lucille found out about Caden? What kind of a father is he? He did not even come here himself to confirm it. Oh, then I'll take my leave with the children since we don't want to disturb you further. Valerie. Azazel. It had been 10 years since we last saw each other. It is way overdue than what we had agreed upon. She angrily retorts before continuing to walk with Caden and Gideon. Then what am I supposed to tell him? Tell him to forget it. I'm sure he only told you to look for me, not stating to bring me back. And thus Azazel was left standing at the market as the three retreated back to the orphanage. Okay, so for context, it says stuff here. Oh. Okay. The word succubus came from the late Latin word succubere. Is it succubere or succubare? Which means to lie under. So that means the bottom. The word incubus came from the late Latin word incubere, which literally means to lie upon, which is the top. Ray Rose, who should I say what I said about Gideon? when like he grew older and like I saw his photo and all that, like the sketch or the illustration made by my friend. Do you think I should say it? Because apparently, right, Gideon's like supposed to be a bottom. Alright, chapter 5. Gideon was not feeling too well about the things that had just happened. Valerie thought that Azazel had frightened him, so she comforted the child and promised that Azazel will never hurt him as long as she is there. Caden decided to butt in as well and said that he will even swore an oath to Elle, in which he received a forehead flick from Valerie and a scolding that he should not take oaths lightly. Gideon retreated to his room, locked the door, and paced around in a circle in full panic mode. Did I change too much of the novel that it's rushing to return to its original plot? In the original novel, a 12-year-old Caden will meet Azazel in the town market. Valerie stood in between the two, and there, Azazel explains that Caden needs to return with him back to the capital for his own safety. Valerie at first hesitated, but after a few days of Azazel pestering, she finally breaks and hands over the child, thinking that it indeed would be the best. She gave up Caden for his own good, because she cannot help him when he was being bullied by the other children, or the fact that his powers were growing stronger day by day, that Gabriella's charm ceased to be useful whenever he was upset. What she did not expect is that Caden would think that his aunt, who he had already viewed as his mother, to abandon him as well. So when Caden met his father Luciel, the two did not have a joyous reunion, and instead they both stared at each other with bitterness. Azazel and the other subordinates of his father tried their best to raise him, but they were not full-fledged chaotic demons. Azazel and the other subordinates of his father tried their best to raise him, but they were full-fledged chaotic demons that did not fully grasp the importance of values and morals. God damn, I suck at reading. Caden was spoiled rotten and only took from people, never giving back because nobody deserves his favor, especially after everyone stole everything from him. And after that, he ruined Gideon's life. He shuddered just thinking about that possibility, not even knowing what actually happens to this character. It scared him out of his wits. Gideon sat down on his bed thinking about his next move. He didn't want that ending to happen to him, but apparently he cannot change the plot. He just gave a middle finger to the author back in his world. Fuck you and your shitty writing. Caden tried entering the room, but the door was locked, so he had to knock. Dion, are you okay? Can I come in? Gideon was caught off guard and he scurried off his bed to unlock the door. I'm alright, Caden. I was just resting. Why did he need to lock the door? Are you still scared of that man? Didn't I say that I would protect you? Don't you trust me? Caden! Gideon was getting overwhelmed already by the harsh reality he was facing. Caden questioning it only made his mood worse. It's not that I think you're weak, and it most certainly not. It most certainly not that I don't trust you. It's more like I'm terrified of what you'll do to me. So don't overthink it. I was just thinking about the way Miss Valerie was talking to... So don't overthink it. I was just thinking about the way Miss Valerie was talking to the man like she knew him for a long time. Well, at first I didn't know him, but when I heard Auntie Valerie mention the name of Azazel, that's when I realized that he's Gabriella's friend. In 2 years, we never once spoke about your family. It was always about how your day went, new books you read, basically anything else that wasn't about family or problems. But hearing you talk about your mother as if she's a stranger. Gideon did not feel right about this development, but his feelings were set aside as Caden continued to speak. He probably made some sort of agreement back then, but maybe that Azazel guy didn't fulfill his end, so Auntie didn't want to go with him. Let's not think about grown-up problems anymore. What's important is that he teach me how to use my powers. Gideon decided it was best to change the topic because he didn't want to influence anything in the story. The only thing he wanted to change was to change his ending, but it did not mean anything. But it did not mean that he needed to change everything else. Caden was bound to end up having his heart blackened whether he wants to or not. So the least he can do is stay on Caden's good side so that Caden doesn't go all the way and destroy everyone. I'm such a good person, Gideon narcissistically thought to himself. And so the two boys went back to learning how to control the basics of their abilities. Back at the capital, Azazel had already returned and leisurely made his way to Lucille's office. He didn't even have to knock because he already heard the man say, "Come in, Azazel." I'll never know how he keeps doing that. Azazel entered the room with a smile and closed the door behind them. "I have returned, Lucille." Seems like you failed your task. That's something that doesn't happen quite often. Truly a man who goes straight to the point. Azazel still kept his composure and went ahead of himself to open one of the cabinets to grab some whiskey and 2 glass cups. "It's not that I failed, since technically you only told me to go look for Valerie," he said with amusement as he walked up to the man sitting behind his desk that had piles of paperwork next to him. "Well, I was under the impression you'd also bring her to me, considering that's how you look for people." Lucille's crimson eyes glanced upwards to meet with Azazel's golden gaze. Valerie's stubborn like an ox, just like a certain someone." Azazel's words trailed off. No one dared to mention Gabriella in front of Lucille, not even himself. He poured out whiskey for the both of them to help brush over the topic. But unexpectedly, Lucille still stayed on the topic. "Stubborn like Gabriella, who still won't let me have a happy life," he bitterly states as he angrily slams the piece of paper on his desk before grabbing the glass of whiskey and drinking it in one go. Azazel's eyes glanced down and saw that the papers he had been holding were all personal letters written to Lucille by Gabriella when they were still together. "It's been a decade since she left us, Lucille. There's nothing we can do. It's easier said than done. But I won't expect much from you, since you did betray her once." "You did betray her once. I betrayed her because she asked me to. The same way she asked you to." Azazel suddenly felt like he was suffocating and suddenly forced to kneel down. He glanced down and saw the blood-red energy that already slithered up to his neck without it noticing. "He really wants to kill me." Azazel countered by digging his nails into his palms enough for them to start bleeding and held the snake-like energy that was around his neck. His specialty was blood sacrifice. The price of his power was the price of blood. Either it was his blood or others, but it was more powerful if he sacrificed himself directly. That's a really cool power. The energy dissipated and he was finally able to breathe. "You." He angrily stared at Lucille, while Lucille looked indifferent as if nothing happened. With the swing of his hand, however, the wound on Azazel's hand was patched up by the snake and slithered back to its owner. This action had basically just said, "If I wanted to kill you, I would have done so." As if Lucille knew what Azazel was thinking while he held him by the neck. "Make sure to have Valerie sent here as soon as possible, since..." Lucille glanced at the letters once again. "I'm pretty sure Gabby hid something from me." Azazel had already recovered from the incident and fixed up his attire. "I don't think it's possible for Valerie to come here. However, I did find something interesting. I'll monitor it for now, and once I'm certain of it, I'll bring it to you." Lucille dismissed Azazel and fixed the pile of Gabriella's letters before putting them away in his drawers. He's still a little frustrated by the turn of events. He felt as if Azazel was hiding something from him, but at the end of the day, he can only wait for the results. Being left in the dark sure fucking sucks. He mumbles as he picks up an actual report by the other nobles. "I guess this is my karma for doing the same to you back then, Ella." "Ella? Who's Ella?" Okay. Oh, Gabriella. Fuck. Okay. That makes sense now. Alright. I'm kind of smooth brain, but it's okay. Chapter 6. A little drink of water. Okay. It's been a while since Azazel showed his face, but according to the original novel, he should be pestering Valerie to return to the capital with Caden. It was getting a little suspicious, but Gideon didn't think about it too much. For now, it's a good thing because I can watch over Caden. The moment Caden gets sent to the capital to meet his father, he will no longer be able to see or assess how Caden's doing. Feels like he's watching over another sibling, but he needs to. Who knows the next time he meets Caden? The guy would want to straight up murder him. He suddenly felt cold, and the very person he had been thinking about in the same room looked at him with concern, asking if he was cold. Given he suddenly tensed up. Ah, no. I just want to take a walk. Oh, let me come along. Caden got off his seat and was about to walk towards Gideon, to hold his hand when Gideon suddenly answers no. This made Caden stop in his tracks and look at Gideon with a pitiful expression that screamed, "What did I do?" I just want to take a walk alone. Besides, you still haven't finished your homework. Gideon pointed to the notebook on Caden's desk. Caden frowned and accepted his fate, returning to his desk to finish his work. If you see the big brother that sells candied fruits, please buy me some. I'll pay you when you get back. Ah, no need to pay me. Anyways, I'm heading out now. No need to pay me. Anyways, I'm heading out now. Take care. Caden moved into his room against his wishes 2 years ago. Thanks to that, he learned more about the protagonist, especially things that weren't mentioned in the novel. Things such as Caden being a light sleeper, that he can't even take a piss in the middle of the night without the boy suddenly waking up and asking where he was going. But he did learn that Caden occasionally had night terrors. These were the moments he wished he knew how to use his holy powers, because angels can transfer emotions just by touch, and it will depend on the emotional strength to overcome these, or else they will suffer. He has not met any other half-angels besides Caden, and the only notable character in the original novel that had angel lineage is Rhea, but for now she's irrelevant. After walking for a while, Gideon found himself in an unfamiliar place. Suddenly I need to yawn, sorry. After walking for a while, Gideon found himself in an unfamiliar place. He was limited to roaming around because of Caden, but mostly due to the fear of the unknown. This novel had an SPG genre for more than one reason. I need to go back. He quickly turned around and retraced his steps. He suddenly sensed that there was something following him, and it made him frightened. Gideon was still a child after all. Even if he was a hybrid, his powers are nothing compared to a full-grown demon. This was a terrible idea. I don't want to die again or experience something worse than death. Where are you going, little boy? The man suddenly grabs a hold of his arm. The man had sharp claw-like nails. If he held tighter on Gideon's arm, it would start bleeding. Let go of me. Why? Aren't you lost? Hey guys, there's a lost kid here. Oh wait, no, he shouted that. There's a lost kid in here. The man shouted out behind him and more half-demons appeared. Don't worry. We'll help you get home, but until then we'll take very good care of you. The man gave an eerie smile and his grip tightened, which made Gideon cry in pain. He couldn't scream for some reason, and it's possible It's this man's specialty. Someone, please save me. Even if he's a succubus. Isn't this classless of you to even go so far as to touch a child? Damn right. Damn right. Don't do that to a goddamn kid, I swear. Someone from behind Gideon spoke. Just who do you think you are? The predator's voice suddenly trailed off as he froze upon seeing who it was. Gideon turned around and saw Azazel. Another man who was smoking. Amy, it's not a good choice to smoke around children. First things first, it's Amius, not Amy. Second, I'm out in the open and I'm far from the child. I'm just trying to lighten up the situation, but Azazel glanced at the man who was still holding Gideon. Just how long do you intend to hold on to him? The predator and his gang finally recovered from the initial shock to give the two a smile. Even if you two are nobles, you have to wait for your turn, one of the thugs said, which made Amius snap his cigarette holder. Oh, my bad. Just that I hate hearing such sentences. The thugs thought it was amusing to hear these sentences from someone known for a lot of scandals, so they snickered at what Amius said. He knew what these low-class half-bloods were thinking. So Amius glanced at Azazel as if he was asking, "Can I kill them already?" To which it got replied with a smile, "Go for it." Pretty little boy, close your eyes. Amius smiled at Gideon. Gideon obliged and shut his eyes. He didn't dare to open them unless the other two said so. These two were his only options in this situation, so he couldn't help it. Seeing the boy obediently follow his order, Amius swiftly cuts off the predator's arm. The predator screamed in pain and Gideon jolted in fear the moment he heard it. He could smell the blood in the air, so he had an idea of what was happening. It made his legs a little weak, but he felt like he was lifted and patted on the back. If you're scared, you don't have to keep acting strong, Azazel murmured as he tried comforting the child, then glanced at Amius, who was having fun with punishing the evildoers. If someone tells him that he went too far, Amius would simply smile and apologize for letting his emotions get the best of him. As he snapped his fingers and the corpses began to sink into the shadows until there was no evidence of any incident that was happening in the area. How will I explain this to Arda? She'll scold me again for giving her more paperwork. Amius whined as he wiped off the blood off his hands with his handkerchief. Well, you have a pretty valid reason here. Azazel looked at the child he was carrying. True. Hey, pretty little boy. You can open your eyes again. Amius says cheerfully. Gideon hesitated a bit, but he opened his eyes and saw the two were looking at him. One had an indifferent expression while the other had a smile on. I'm sorry for bothering you two. He averted his gaze. He averted his gaze to the ground. Don't worry, it's no biggie. Amius tried to cheer up the child, but it seemed like it failed. Think of it this way. We need you alive, that's why you're alive. Azazel smiled mischievously at the child. Because of this, he got smacked by Amius. You're scaring the pretty little thing even more. The only thing scary here is how you keep calling him pretty little boy. Don't tell me you're into that, Amy. Azazel teased and Amius cringed in disgust. Hell no. Gideon watched banter, but it did give him some time to assess what just happened to him. So basically, he almost got kidnapped if it weren't for these two. Besides that, he now finally saw how merciless the demon nobles were when it came to killing. Another note was buried in his heart, besides staying on Caden's good side. He also needed to act accordingly to their system so he wouldn't get punished by the nobles. While the two were still arguing about irrelevant matters, it also made Gideon wonder if he had read about Ammius in the original novel. Ammius was like him, a cannon fodder. But unlike Gideon, Ammius was a demon noble who was leaning towards being a supportive role to the protagonist Caden. But due to the fact that he had less than a page worth of sentences about him, he was not that memorable. The author didn't even describe him if I remember correctly. In this world, however, Ammius had a long brown hair that was styled up to a ponytail. He had thin almond-shaped eyes that were colored in the shade of blue. Overall, he looked like an Ikemen from those Japanese visual novel games. Oh, so he's hot! Ammius is hot. Okay, I got it. His looks are up to standards with how he acts and who he is in general. Ammius was an incubus and could make one lose themselves in lust if he wanted to. Oh! So he liked me for real, for real? No, I'm kidding. It would explain why Ammius was able to detect that he was a succubus, but thankfully once again that his holy powers weren't enough for him to be dubbed a hybrid. Perhaps the two had realized that they were supposed to be interrogating this child instead of arguing with one another. That they finally stopped and looked at Gideon. Creators thought, why does Ammius smoke? And Ammius would reply, it helps me keep calm whenever I'm around a certain blockhead. Ah, I see. So they smoke because of, they smoke because of that guy. They smoke because of Azazel. I see, I see. Okay. Right? Just go ahead and check my phone again. Alright. Sorry, I'm quite quiet because I'm typing. Hold on. There we go. I think that's fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to chapter 7. What's your name, little one? What's your name, kid? The two of them asked at the same time, which made them glare at each other. Oh, I'm starting to love these two. I'm starting to love Azazel and Ammius. These two are cute. I'm Gideon. Such a cute name! Ammius beamed. I'm Ammius, and this idiot is Azazel. Who are you calling an idiot? Who else? Oh, it is funny. I love these guys. I'll ignore that for now. We met a few days ago at the market when you were with Valerie and another kid, remember? Azazel asked Gideon and he nods. You see, little boy, our King Luciel needs to talk to Valerie. By any chance, do you think you can convince her to come to the capital? You really went straight at the point, Azazel thought, while looking at Ammius a bit flabbergasted. Gideon was a bit surprised by the turn of events. He already sensed that these two would need something from him. That's why he was rescued, but he never expected it to be like this. Eventually, Valerie does agree to send Gideon to his father, even without anyone else but Azazel pestering her about it. Gideon went over this briefly, but the two demons staring at him intently made him feel uncomfortable. Personally, he didn't want to send Gideon over there since he won't be able to predict what happens to him afterwards. He was in a dilemma over this, so the stairs weren't helping. Why does Miss Valerie need to go to the capital? Gideon still needed to act like his age in the novel, regardless if he already knew the reason behind it. Amius frowned, thinking if this halfling was stupid. Okay. But if this halfling was stupid or something to question why that human needed to see the king. The fact that Luciel needed to have us fetch her was already tedious. Azazel is making our lives harder by going to this child instead of directly taking her by force. Amius swirled his hand and out came another cigarette holder. That's for us grown-ups to talk about. Amius smiles before he starts puffing away at his cigarette. Sir Azazel already tried telling her to come with him a few days ago, but she didn't listen. What more if it was me? Gideon points himself in Azazel's side because it was true. If we tell you why, will you agree to help? Azazel tilts his head towards the child. You're not going to tell the child anything, Azazel. You already know what my position is lowest in our group. I can't let you have you removed by your I can't let you have me removed by your stupidity. Amius raged once more before receiving a glare. I'm still your superior, Amius. You have to remember that. I don't care what happens to you. What I care about is results. Amius shuts up and his face was red from embarrassment. He knew that Azazel was right in the end, and it was results that Luciel cared about. This was why Azazel handled all personal affairs while Amius did the dirty work, either by seducing or killing. I see. Seems like me and Amius might be more alike than I thought. Ignore him for now. Gideon, right? What do you say? I'm willing to swear an oath that no harm will come to you. Amius' eyes widened at Azazel's words. Swearing an oath is no small matter. It was the same as making contracts between humans. Breaking an oath will severely punish you, which can even lead to your death. Okay, damn. Gideon doesn't know about the gravity of the punishment for breaking an oath because it was never mentioned in detail by the author. In actuality, there were no such things as oaths in the novel. The entire thing was a concept new to him when he came into this world. He only knows that oaths are secret, and that's the reason why Valerie prohibits all the children from making oaths in the orphanage. Aside from that, Gideon knows that he can't refuse. If this man is willing to sacrifice his own comrade for results, what more can he do to a child that doesn't have anything to do with him? Gideon wanted to accept it, but say that there is no need for an oath, but considering what happened earlier, he disregarded this idea and accepted the deal. Azazel gave him a very vague explanation that goes back 11 years ago when Gabriella suddenly disappeared for a year, but she kept sending letters to Lucia. In her letters, she often mentioned the reason why she disappeared is something important to her, and that one day, once the war was over, she'll tell Luciel about it. But a year later, she passed away, so the promise was never fulfilled. I can only hope that you will be able to help us, Gideon. It is important for everyone and much more for our king. Azazel smiles at Gideon sincerely. Gideon had never listened intently, even if he knew it all. He gave directions to a local he was familiar with. He gave directions to a location he was familiar with, and the three went there. He bade them farewell, but before Azazel disappeared, he gave Gideon He gave Gideon an envelope. The envelope had their written oath and another piece of paper that had a set of runes written on it. The boy could not read it, but Azazel explained it was his own spell. If ever the boy needed to talk to him, he should burn this paper and Azazel will teleport next to him as soon as possible. It was a one-time use, but he'll replace it with every time they meet until their contract is fulfilled. Once that was cleared out, Azazel and Amyas disappeared with a snap of their fingers, leaving only the lingering smoke that Amyas has puffed out. Before he went back to the orphanage, he passed by the park to see if the man who sold the candy fruits. Before he went back to the orphanage, he passed by the park to see if the man who sold the candy fruits, only to see that he had already left. It was late, so he compromised by buying meringue cookies from the local bakery before going home. Upon return, he was greeted by Caden with a hug. "Dion, what took you so long?" Wait. Caden buried his face on Gideon's neck. The latter blushed out of embarrassment and tried pushing Caden away. "Caden, what are you doing?" Gideon managed to pry him off and Caden was looking at him angrily. "Why do you smell like fancy cologne and smoke?" Gideon started sniffing himself and indeed some of Azazel's smell rubbed off on him. He glanced at Caden and saw that the other had a dark expression and the atmosphere of the room was chilling. "I can explain." "Then explain." A child's temper is something else. Gideon began explaining what happened but left out numerous details such as who saved him and about the agreement. Caden only frowned and grabbed Gideon's arm to see that he did have bruises, so he wasn't lying. The boy was close to bursting out in tears, but he needed him to be angry because Dion made him worried. His Dion. Okay. With teary eyes, he healed the bruises on Gideon's arm. Afterwards, he felt a little bit tired, but not enough to sleep. Gideon patted his hair and stated that they'll talk again about it after he takes a bath, so Caden would rest up first. Caden went to his bed and laid down facing away from Gideon because he was angry. Gideon takes this opportunity to hide the envelope that Azazel gave underneath his mattress. After showering and changing into clean clothes, Gideon got tackled by Caden the moment he entered the room, resulting in the both of them falling on the floor. Dion smells so nice. Wait, Dion smells really nice. Get off. I won't let you leave. I won't. Why are you suddenly so clingy? Because all of a sudden, Caden Lee finally burst into tears. Dion almost disappeared today if it weren't for those strangers helping you. If that happens again, then I'll be alone again. And I don't want that. K. Gideon called out to him by his nickname and patted his hair. Wait, is it K or Kai? Shit. Anyways, too late. You're important to me, Dion. Nobody else wanted to be my friend. They all wanted me to die because I was different. But you... He finally decided to get off Gideon so that he could finally breathe. You didn't leave me even if the other kids started picking on you as well. He mumbled this out and wiped away his tears, but still continued to fall. Auntie Valerie only tells me to ignore them, and that's what I do, but it hurts a lot. I don't understand what I did wrong. Gideon sat up and hugged the crying figure. Caden had been bottling up his feelings all these times, and the idea of Gideon suddenly disappearing was the last straw for him. Gideon hummed a lullaby that he sang often to his sister back in his own life whenever she had nightmares. The moment Caden heard this, his sobs got quieter, and he listened to the song feeling better. When Gideon was finished singing, He just smiled because Kaden actually fell asleep in his hug. I can already feel the pins and needles on my legs, but I can't wake him up. Gideon let Kaden sleep on top of him for a few more minutes before deciding to try and move him to the bed. Kaden woke up briefly midway and pulled Gideon into his bed. Good night, Dion. Gideon, who was surprised by the act, was now being hugged by a sleeping Kaden. He sighed internally and adjusted himself to a more comfortable position. Good night, Kay. Oh, another author's note. Author says Gideon has a really pretty voice. Gideon then blushes and says, "What?" And then Kaden just pulled Gideon behind them. That's cute. Alright, chapter 8. I think, yeah, this should be the last, because I can feel my stomach getting a lot of air from like speaking. Okay. Valerie felt a little anxious about the state of things. When it was getting a little late, Kaden was already affecting the entire floor with his mood. She tried to calm down Kaden with the pendant and found out it did not work the moment Kaden broke the lock on the door. Thankfully, she managed to make him wait a few more minutes until Gideon finally returned, safely explaining that he had to run to the bakery and wait for the meringue cookies to be prepared. That's why he was so late. He had no reason to lie to her, so she sighed and told that Kaden was waiting for him in their room. She hesitantly dials up Liana to ask her how to keep Kaden in check because the pendant no longer worked. Liana felt a little scared for Valerie as well and told her that she'll swing by to check on the pendant if its powers truly weaken. If it did, then they can try to find other ways to restore it. It was also possible to do that because Rhea was practicing her holy magic as well. But if its powers did not weaken, then they can no longer guarantee the safety of Valerie and the children at the orphanage. Valerie thanks Liana and hangs up on the phone to check on the two boys. When she walked to the room, she heard a faint singing coming from inside and realized it was Gideon singing. The song was really soothing to listen to, and oddly enough, the initial worry she had for Kaden faded, which made her decide to come back later. Perhaps it's because of the perhaps it's because of the fact that she knew Gideon would be able to calm down the child that she did not need to worry anymore. A few days later, Liana did manage to come over and apologized that she was not able to come as soon as possible because she needed to seal away some of Rhea's powers to provide her from being spotted by the nobles. This resulted in her health declining due to the backlash of overusing her powers. Wouldn't checking the pendant be impossible in your current state? Valerie was worried as she assisted Liana, who had been relying on her walking stick to maintain her balance. I brought Rhea over to check. She's waiting in the car because, you know. Her eyes looked around as she was checking if there was anyone eavesdropping on their conversation. Yes. I'll help you walk back. Valerie and Liana went back to the car, and sure enough, there was a teenage girl inside the car who was busying herself by talking to a bird that was in her palms. Ah, I see. I think that bird did not mean to steal your food. If you want, I can give him a piece of my cookie, but you need to put it in water so it's easier for you to eat it. The young girl breaks off a tiny piece from her cookies and hands it to the bird. The bird chirped and flapped its wings. No need to come back and give me a gift. She smiled and the bird once again chirped before taking the cookie and flying away. Rhea, what did I say about holding birds? Liana scolded the young girl and the girl only smiled at her. I'm sorry, but the bird said he was very cold and hungry. He didn't look like he was sick either. She said unapologetically and opened the glove box to grab some wet wipes before looking back at the two. Hello, Miss Valerie. It's been a while since you visited our home, so I pestered Mom to take me along instead of having you come over when you're busy. She pouted, but this resulted in her cheeks puffing up. This action reminded Valerie of Gabriella, since this child had most of her features except for the hair and the eyes. Her hair was light brown like her mother's, but it was curly like her father's. Her eyes were dark blue like Gabby's, but the shape was definitely of Matthew's. In short, Rhea is a mix of both her parents. I'm sorry for being busy, but your mother told me that you were willing to help. Valerie sat back seat so it's easier for them to talk. Yep, she already told me the situation of the pendant possibly losing its power. Although, I'm not quite sure what the purpose of it, so I can't really check properly. She twirled a strand of her hair with her fingers. Liana glanced at Valerie, kind of saying that was not her place to tell about it. Anyways, it's meant to help me calm down the emotions of the half-demon children in the orphanage. The caretakers and I are all humans, so we rely on this help prevent their powers to go berserk if ever they are upset. Valerie told Rhea a white lie, but the girl did not question it nor find any fault in it because it looked to be true. Well, in that case, I'll be able to check. Mama said it is my specialty after all. She grinned ear to ear. Rhea's specialty was both empathy and being an allergist? Allergist? Yeah, I think. These were the specialties of her parents. Allergist was the ability to talk in any language, and that includes animals. Valerie gave Rhea the necklace and her face turned serious. Valerie panicked a little due to this. Did it weaken? Miss Valerie, so what my mama said to me is that the necklace weakened, but this is even stronger than my own powers. She handed back the necklace to Valerie. I'm pretty sure that it will continue to work on half-demon children though, especially with how pure that power is. Who blessed it? Who blessed it? Can you teach me how to do it? Rhea! What? I'm curious. She beamed and Valerie was just stiff. The pendant was still powerful, and yet it no longer worked for Caden. It only meant that his powers were now stronger than the simple blessed pendant. She covered half of her face with her hand before moving it to her forehead. What am I supposed to do in this situation? Valerie? Are you alright? Liana called out to Valerie, who was in a daze with such a concerned tone. Rhea reached out her hand to hold on to Valerie, and sure enough, she snapped out of her trance. She glanced at her hand being held by the young girl, and immediately took away her hand. Although Rhea only pulled out Valerie of her trance and never peeked at what exactly Valerie was dealing with. It was a little worrying because Rhea might find out about her secrets. Liana takes Rhea's hand and gives her a scolding look that makes the young girl look confused and hurt. She only wanted to help, but why was she becoming the bad guy in this situation? But it is rude to suddenly grab onto someone. What more to barge into their heads? I'm sorry, Rhea mumbled and sank into her seat. It's okay, but please never do that again. Anyways, thank you for helping me with this. I need to get back right away. Valerie returned and the two started heading back to their place as well. Be honest, did you see anything? Liana said in a monotone voice, and Rhea was a little terrified. No, I didn't. I only pulled her out of her trance, but I didn't see anything clearly. If you lied, I'll ask your big brother to check if you're lying. I'm not. I'm sorry, it won't happen ever again. Rhea started crying because she didn't want to burden her older sister. No, wait, no, her older brother, who had only... Rhea started crying because she didn't want to burden her older brother, who had already started working for the nobles in order to keep her safe. It's true. I'll prove it once we get home. Alright, but never do that again, Rhea. Miss Valerie is a good friend to our family, and she also helped me keep you safe. This is the least we can do to repay her, okay? Okay. When Valerie came back to her office, she saw Gideon, who was about to leave with some art supplies in his arms. The two of them stared at each other until Gideon's cheeks started to tint red. Caden's birthday is almost close and I wanted to make him a gift. He averted his eyes. Now that she thought about it, it was less than 2 weeks away from October 17. At first, she tried to throw him a party, but Caden didn't like it and preferred to celebrate his birthday alone. But for the past 2 years, he had Gideon to celebrate his birthday with. Do you want to help me bake a birthday cake for Caden? Gideon's eyes twinkled because he remembered that he used to bake cakes for his mother and sister for their birthdays. Back then, Valerie didn't let him help because he was too small. So when this offer was made, when this offer was given to him, so when this offer to made, so when this offer to him was made, he immediately agreed to it. Alright, we'll make the cake a day before his birthday, but we'll have to make it a secret. Tomorrow come by to my office so we can talk more. This auntie needs to rest first. She helped Gideon carry his stuff to his room before retiring to her own room to take in everything that happened that day. But ultimately, her fatigue won her over, causing her to fall asleep the moment she laid down on her bed. And this last author's note for tonight. Author says, does Gideon still wish to go back to his world? Wait, let me see this. Gideon said that if he was given the chance, he would take it in a heartbeat. But I know it's not possible. At most, I just want to see my sister one last time and apologize. That's very kind of you. And besides, you have Caden now. That's what the author says. Gideon says, yeah, he's like my little brother. That's cute. Alright. So that's the end for today's stream of reading. I see that we've already reached 2 hours and 32 minutes. I'm hoping that the the video is alright because what do you call that? I've been using the wrong encoder before. Turns out I've been using X264 for my stream encoder, which makes me lag. But now I've been using QuickSync H264. So I hope that's fine. If it's okay with you, chat, I'm gonna go ahead and try launching Honkai Star Rail, see how well that one goes. So let's see if it lags or not, okay? So let me just go ahead and fix the stream info. After eating days to sleep, then by after. Let me just move this to Honkai. Now I Honkai. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Hopefully it's fine. Okay. Just take off chat real quick here. Let's go to the big screen. There we go. Honkai Star Rail. Play. Hopefully it does not lag. So how did chat find the story? Was this story fine for you guys? I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed it so far. that's a lot of world building that I'm starting to see in the story, which is nice because uh I like myself a little world building. You know, it's building up to that anticipation of something that will happen, which is very nice because that is how you do a story after all. You have to build up anticipation for it, for the climax. And every chapter works pretty well as their own, like, you know, standalone story. That's what I can say. All right, so let me just go ahead and fix this real quick. Uh, there, that should be fine. Good enough. Unless I could move it a bit more. Shut the. There we go. Yeah, I think that's okay. All right, time to Honkai the Star Rail. All right. Oh, hi Benny. You take care. You take care. I think, yeah, it's really late for you, isn't it? It's about 4 a.m. Yeah, you should go get some rest. I'll be having a fun stream. Thank you so much. Glad to see you on chat though. A while ago I was reading, and then I went to Honkai Star Rail. It's almost 6 a.m. Damn. You're right though. I haven't been able to catch up on quite some time, but I hope that you're all right. You got distracted by the room old sins. Oh damn. Is the game that good? It's like a puzzle game, isn't it? Ah. So you like that specific puzzle game, The Room. Every time I think of The Room, I just think of the Tommy Wiseau one. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Ah, you've been streaming the games for the past few days. That's good. That's good. Glad to know that you've been enjoying it. Everyone did. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, that is a name. Thank you for following. Sucking Tom Cruise's toes. Okay. Got emotional over how much it has changed since the first game. Oh, when was the first game released? Oh, it was just a phone game. Let me just go ahead and um what do you call that? Open my own stream on my phone because I cannot see how the quality is. But is the quality fine, chat? So it was released 2012. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So how do you want me to say your name, sucking Tom Cruise's toes? Do you want me to call you Toes or Tom Cruise? Or like Cruise's toes? Back when smarting... back when smarting... Back when smartphones were just starting out. Ah, I see. Yeah, toes. Whoa. Oh, the cutscene is slowing down. Aw. Call you Tom or Toes, either one is okay. Toes. I'll call you Toes because it's funnier to call you Toes. But yeah, Toes, welcome to the stream. Thank you for blessing me with good gacha luck, Benny. Hope you have a great night's sleep, okay? You take care. I'm actually really glad that the stream isn't lagging right now because it's been really laggy past few days whenever I play a game. So I think I just needed to do that and change up the encoder. Yeah, let's collab soon. Thank you so much. Have a great rest. Let's think of a game to collab with sometime, okay? Man, I wish I could run Apex on stream. I could play Apex uh like normally, but then again I was performing really bad this Apex session this morning or this afternoon. Thank you for playing Fart Reverb. Let me just fix the sound alerts thing because it seems to be that. Whoa. The sexy. Thank you for playing the sexy. Damn. Okay. That one spooked you. You're in Genshin Asia. Okay, I'll make sure to add you on Honkai if I already haven't. That spooked you. Which one spooked you? The fart reverb or the bend sound? Oh. She's very shocked. That's nice. Well, you're still charging us. That's true. Damn, I like Bailu a lot more than Chi Chi now. Bailu's actually pretty cool. That's not them. You know what? I'll just skip the fucking dialogue. Okay, that's one. Yes. No need, I have a vessel pick me up. Sure thing. Dragon Lady. Because she is. I see. I'm on Trailblaze level 52 already. Okay. I guess I can go to Pom Pom. Pom 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 pom. Pom pom, come here, pom pom. Oh, they're jamming. Nice. Let's see. Let's see. Can I level? Oh, I can try to level this one, I think. That is not enough. How about if I use this? No. Not enough. Okay, let's level people up in terms of stuff like this. There you go. Now Sushang is level 60. Hell yeah. Who else? Achingsha. There you go. And then Branya. Let's level her up. Alright, nice. Alright then, let's level her up. This might be where I use everything. Alright, level 58. I still need to upgrade these. Let's see. What for them? What can I do for them? Hmm. I need 2 keys. Can I synthesize it? I can only synthesize one. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm starting to feel kind of sleepy. Let's see. She also uses keys, I see. Some sword. Oh, hmm. You know what? I think this is fine. Let's see what else we can do. There is a simulated universe. I could also do the Gust of Shadow. Alright, let's do this one. There we go. Fire, lightning. Okay, so this is what we do. We put hook and a trailblazer preservation there. And let's have survival over here. Alright. You'll be fine, Hook. Don't worry about it. Nice, nice. Pretty good damage. Not very big damage, but I think it's fine. Okay. Nice. Okay. That guy got eaten. Nice, battle over. Another one. Alright, I need to make sure that I have my shields up because he's already low. Oh, I'm starting to feel sleepy. Yeah, definitely after this fight, I'm gonna go ahead and clock out. Alright. Let's see. How much did I get? Or how much do I have now? More so that question. Let's see. I need another fight. Okay. And then I need to go ahead and make this. I see. $13 should be good. Oh wait, no, I didn't make it. Shit. There we go. Yeah, one more battle wouldn't hurt, would it? Okay. Yeah. Good setup. Then let's just use these consumables. And then give them this one. Oh, I forgot to use the thing. They're taking points. There we go. Alright, so far doing very nice damage. Oh, that damage is still small though. I just figured that there is no game audio. Is there? I'm dumb. There is no game audio. Okay, there we go. Jesus. Ah, I forgot to turn on desktop audio. Sorry, chat.
Don't mess with me.
Okay, he ate the guy.
I'll change your misery. I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. You can still surrender.
I think I could take him out. No.
What a headache.
Finally, there we go.
I hereby pronounce this
All right. I think I can go ahead and ascend Gepard. Yes. I shall now ascend my Gepard. Stariel Pass. People. Nothing good. Okay, I see. Additional rewards. I'm almost halfway through. Okay. That's good. I can at least get Himiko. Or Welt. Welt is good because he's the only imaginary character so far that can do a really good job at imprisoning. Okay, so far it seems to be that the game runs very smoothly. Like this. Let me just try 60. Yeah, I think it works alright. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So chat, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm already EP. So you guys go have a great rest. Have a very nice sleep. And make sure to check out the novel. The I transmigrated into cannon fodder villain. Let me just make sure to plug it again properly. Hold on. So this is the link. There you go. And then of course, let me just try to go back to Twitter real quick and log in. Okay, they let me log in finally, thank you. Okay. Share. Discord. Cut. And then put it on Twitch chat. Alright, so everybody, I hope you guys had fun, and let's try to get more reading streams done sometime soon. I will try to continue on from chapter 8, since I really did enjoy that. So thank you once again to Cinnamon Roll for making that novel. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Alright, I'll go and see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be doing the workout stream, and that's gonna be a short one, but feel free to get me to say anything you guys want, as long as it doesn't break Twitch TOS, and I will go ahead and work out for about an hour. Alright, take care everybody. Bye bye.